Hello, welcome once more for the Talk 7 assignment on the punctuation marks. So let's start with passage 1, question number 1. In ancient Greece, an Epicurean was a follower of Epicurus, a philosopher whose beliefs revolved around the pursuit of pleasure. Epicurus defined pleasure as the absence of pain in the body and of trouble in the dash that all life's virtues derive from his absence. Which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the convention of standard English? So you will find punctuation marks question on full stop, comma, colon, semicolon. These are the four parts. If you're finding in the choices any type of this uh, questions, then that means the question is on punctuation. So let's see from this line. Epicurus defined pleasure as the absence of pain in the body and of trouble in the dash, in the soul, positing that all life's virtues derive from this absence. So Epicurus some type of definition on pleasure, and we need to find the correct punctuation mark. Number A is saying soul, comma, double inverted comma, closed, positing. Number B, soul, double inverted comma, colon, positing. Number C, soul, double inverted comma, semicolon, positing. And number D, soul, double inverted comma, positing, and P is in capital letter. Okay, so first thing you need to do is to eliminate the wrong choices. You can understand that suddenly a capital letter cannot stand in between the sentence, so I'm cutting off number D first. Now, semicolon. Do you really think a semicolon can actually work? Because positing that the lies virtues can be derived. So this is one phrase, the absence of pain in the body and of trouble in the soul. One phrase, okay? Complete phrase, the main clause. Positing that. So positing means they are implying that. Positing that all lies virtues derive from this absence. So positing that is not an independent clause, rather it is a dependent clause. So I cannot use semicolon in between independent and dependent clause, cut it off. Number B, soul, double inverted comma, closed, colon, positing that. What is the use of colon here? We have already learned from punctuation, colon means one independent phrase. After that, you can give a colon and a list of examples, or one independent phrase, a colon, and then a dependent clause. Now see, we have one independent phrase still here. And then positing that lies virtue derived from his absence. Now, what is positing? Positing is a participle clause. Okay, so this positing is a participle clause that is linked with the first main clause. So again, no colon to be used. We are cutting it off. We are left out with only one choice, soul, comma, double inverted comma, positing. So just thumbs rule. Remember, guys, whenever you have a quotation that is ending with an inverted comma, ending with an inverted comma, the comma will come always before the ending of the inverted comma. Okay, the comma will never go after the inverted comma. Okay, not in this way. It will never be written in this way. Soul, inverted comma, and positive. No, it will never be written. This is incorrect. Okay, see, the marking has come. So always the comma will come here, and this comma, we have to bind it off. So our correct answer here is number A, right? So just keep in mind, in terms of quotation mark, you are ending the quotation, you are putting a comma and then close the inverted comma. That's it. Okay. The next question. In 1937, Chinese-American screen actor Anna May Wong, who had portrayed numerous villains and secondary characters, but never her heroine, finally got a starring role in Paramount Pictures' Daughter of Shanghai, a film that dash Again, inverted comma started. That means quotation marking started. Expanded the range of possibilities for Asian images on screen. A film that, now let's see the choices. Critic Sitna Chin claims, critic, comma, Sitna Chin's claim, comma, critics, comma, Sitna Chin's, comma, claims, comma. Critic Sitna Chin claims, no punctuation mark. Number D, critic Sitna Chin, comma, claims, comma. Now see, whenever, what is a film? This is a noun, a common noun, right? And is followed by a title, critic, by a proper noun, sitnachin, and via interrogated verb, claims. So whenever we are having a common noun followed by a title and again a proper noun or with an interrogated verb, please remember the thumbs rule, there shouldn't be any punctuation mark because each one is qualifying. Who is the critic? Sitna claim, and what is he saying? He's claiming something. So I do not require any comma. Our answer here is number C, the thumbs rule. The next here is, okay, I'll just put this picture up. Number 3, in 1453, English King Henry IV became unfit to rule after falling gravely ill. As a result, Parliament appointed Richard, 3rd Duke of York, who had a strong claim to the English throne, to rule as Lord Protector. So this said something about Henry claim. We need not to understand. Once you recognize that this is a type of punctuation question, please don't waste your time in reading and understanding the meaning. We are concentrating only on that part where the blank is. Upon recovering 2 years later, so who recovered? King Henry IV. Okay, this is a subject modifier placement where the subject and the modifier is coming. So see, upon recovering 2 years later, who recovered? The proper noun. And who is the proper noun? Henry is the proper noun. King Henry is the proper noun. Forcing and angered Richard from the royal court and precipitating a series of battles, later known as the Wars of Roses. Which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the convention of standard English? Henry resumed his reign. Upon recovering 2 years later, Henry resumed his reign, comma, forcing and angered Richard. The reign of Henry resumed, comma, Henry's reign resumed, comma, it was Henry who resumed his reign. Just remember again the third thumbs rule. When you are having a phrase, right, and that is directed to a proper noun, the proper noun here is Henry. It is speaking about a particular person. So just after the phrase, immediately the proper noun will come without any possessive pronoun, that is Henry's. No apostrophe. Simply Henry's resumed his reign. That's it. A phrase denoting or describing a particular person, particular thing, immediately the proper noun will come. Nothing else than that. Our answer is number A. Number B. Researchers studying magnetosensation have determined while some soil-dwelling roundworms in the southern hemisphere move in the opposite direction of Earth's magnetic field, were searching for dash. In the northern hemisphere, comma, the magnet now look from here till here. Choice. What are the choices? Only one word, food. Number A is having food colon, number B food comma, number C food while, number D just food. So they are speaking in the first part about southern hemisphere. So they have found some soil dwelling roundworms in the southern hemisphere, and that is moving in the opposite direction of Earth's magnetic field when they are searching for food, right? Now let us see number B. Searching for food. Now, without any punctuation mark here, if I write just food in this space, let me write food. Food, just food in this space. Searching for food in the northern hemisphere, so the meaning is not coming. Searching for food where? In the southern hemisphere, they are searching for food. So number D cannot be my answer. If I write food while, so I'm writing food Okay, and I'm writing while. While, right? Food while. I'm writing for. Okay, food while. Now again say here, if I'm writing food while, searching for food while, you know, while is a subordinating conjunction. For subordinating and coordinating conjunction, we require a comma before the conjunction because the ending of one phrase and starting of another phrase. There is no comma here. So I cannot use number C. Number B, food, comma. Only there is a comma. So only there is a comma. Food, comma. Food, comma, in the northern hemisphere. How can a comma can work? This particular part, this researcher studying till food is a complete independent phrase. I cannot put a comma without any type of coordinating conjunction. If I use be, just a comma, where is the coordinating conjunction? And, while, but. However, no conjunction is given here. So again, number B is not the answer. Number A is our answer, food, colon. Now this is a bit complicating. You may say why a colon is coming. A colon is coming because till food is an independent clause. And again in the northern hemisphere, they're speaking now in the northern hemisphere. Again, another independent clause. I don't require any linker, connector, any conjunctions, any relative clause. I just need to separate two independent clauses with a colon. So our answer here is number A. Now, question number 5. In 1943, the midst of World War II, mathematics professor Grace Hooper was recruited by the US military to help the war effort by solving complex equations. Okay, so he was recruited. Hooper's subsequent career would involve more than just equations, though as a pioneering computer programmer, Hooper would help also in the digital age. Now, let us take, for example, this sentence. Look at this sentence. I framed it for you. If I'm writing this sentence in this way, Hooper's subsequent career would involve more than just solving equations, colon, right? One independent phrase, complete. I can put a colon, correct? She would become a pioneering computer program. Another independent phrase. Two independent clauses separating by a colon. This is the answer. Now, we have a though here. We have a though. Though as a pioneering computer program, Hooper would help also in the digital age. C would become a pioneering computer program. But because of this though is here, the sentence has been changed. So I can see equations, though number D, no punctuations, nothing is there. I cannot take this. Number C, equations. Though as a binary, why am stopping it? Why to start a new sentence? Hopper's subsequent career would involve more than just equations. So there is a continuation of the phrase. Where is it? Missing, right? So I cannot take number C. Number B, equations, comma, though, comma. If you are saying though, comma, as a pioneering computer program, comma, this is making a tremendous mistake in the punctuation mark because though means cannot put a comma after though. But yes, number A, equations, comma, though. So equations, comma, Hopper's subsequent career would involve more than just equations, though I'm ending an independent clause. As a pioneering computer program, Hooper would help us in the digital. So number A is the correct answer because comma after the equation separate the independent clause. And though is working as a boundary between two independent clauses. I guess it is clear. Now, number 6. Although novels and poems are considered distinct literary forms, many authors have created hybrid works that incorporate elements of both. Bernardine Evaristo, The Emperor's Babe, is a verse novel, a book-length narrative, complete with characters and the plot, but conveyed in short, crisp line of poetry rather than prose. So the first line here is giving you some information. This is a question on transition. I have somehow incorporated over here. Novels and poems are considered distinct literary forms, but many others have created hybrid for incorporating both the elements. Means in a novel, there can be some parts of poems. In a poem, there can be some parts of a novel. Okay, they have done it in going in an unconventional way. Now they are providing an information about a particular author and her or his novel, the or poem, The Emperor's Babe, is a verse novel. Verse novel means it's a novel but it's written in a rhythmic style. A book-length narrative complete with characters and the plot, but conveyed in a short, crisp lines of poetry rather than prose. Like the Chaucer's Canterbury Tales is a verse novel. Right? You can get the stories. So they are said in the first line that some of the novels and poems have moved out of their conventional way. They have incorporated both the elements in one. Now you have to find the correct transition word. By contrast, are they speaking of any contrast? They are saying a book-length narrative with characters and a plot, but transition word conveyed in a short, crisp line of poetry rather than prose, rhythmic style, but in a novelic form. Contrast cannot be the answer. Consequently means as a result. It's not a result. Cannot be the answer. Secondly, where is the firstly? If secondly is there, then that means there must be some first. No first is mentioned. Cut it off. The only answer is for example, right? So now see, whenever you are writing for example, please put a comma after that, after it. For instance, for example, punctuation marks. Okay, so our answer is number D. Number 7. The Alvarez theory developed in 1980 by physicist Luis Alter Alvarez and his geologist son Alter Alvarez maintained the secondary effects of an asteroid impact caused many dinosaurs and other animals to die. It left unexplored the questions of whether unrelated volcanic activity might have also contributed to the mass extinction. Again, punctuation mark question. To die out. Now see, I'm writing here. Okay. Come on, man. Out, but. Okay? To die out, but. But is what? Coordinating conjunction. We always know the thumb's rule of using a coordinating conjunction, okay, while separating two independent clauses are a comma. Okay? Die out, comma, but it left answer to explode. Okay, so one phrase independent, another phrase also independent. We are separating it with a coordinating conjunction, but, and I'm putting a comma before it. We all know this rule. So our answer is number B, not anyway number C, number D, or number A. Now, number 8. Lucia Missel of the University of Chile observed that alkaline soil contained an insoluble form of iron that blueberry plants cannot absorb, thus inhibiting blueberry growth. If these plants were grown in alkaline soil alongside grasses that aid in iron solubilization, Mickle was determined to find out. Now see, look at this question part. So Mickle was walking on some alkaline soil and some type of blueberry plants which cannot absorb. In the second part, if interrogative clause, question mark, if these plants were grown in alkaline soil alongside grasses that aid in iron solubilization, if, I'm asking you a question, suddenly it will come with a question mark. There are two question marks. See, the blueberries could thrive. No, the verb, whether auxiliary or modal, here could is the modal verb, will always come while you're framing the question first. Could the blueberries thrive? Question mark. Mikhail was determined to find out. Right? So our answer is number D without a question. A, B, C cannot be our question. See, so easily you can solve it if you can find out the clause, the phrases. Number 9. The first computerized spreadsheet, Dan Bricklin's VisiCalc, improved financial record keeping not only by providing users with an easy means of adjusting data in spreadsheet, but also by automatically updating all calculations that were dependent on this dash to Visca's release. Now see, I'm writing these two words here. When you get confused while doing this type of, okay, just a minute. Just meant prior. Right answer, and then you can find it out. So what is happening by automatically updating the calculations, all calculations that were dependent on this adjustment. If I read from the first line, the first computerized spreadsheet, so they are speaking about some spreadsheet, can improve financial record keeping not only by providing users with an easy means of adjusting data in spreadsheet, but also by automatically updating all calculations that were dependent on this adjustment. The common rule is that when you are already finding a longer sentence with a, see here, with a coordinating conjunction, one side is independent, another side is dependent, okay? I need not to extend that sentence. I need not to do that. I will end that sentence. I will put a boundary to that sentence. So adjustment, there's a full stop here. Okay, full stop. Prior to Viscal's release, changing a paper spreadsheet often required redoing the entire sheet by hand, a process that could take days. So I'm ending till adjustment. I'm restarting with a new sentence because the sentence is still very big. You don't make any meaning with a comma, with a semicolon, or with a linker or any type of conjunctions. So see, number D, adjustment and prior to, not required. I just need to end the boundary of the sentence. Not D. C, adjustment, comma. Yes, this is my answer. Adjustment full stop prior. Number B, adjustment comma prior. No, not at all required. I cannot make such longer sentences with incorrect punctuation marks. Cut it off. Adjustment prior, no punctuation marks, just cut it off. Our answer is adjustment full stop. Prior to Viscal, I'm starting a new phrase. Done. Number 10. Stomata, tiny pore structures in a leaf that absorb gases needed for plant growth of open when girth cells surrounding each spore swell with water. In a pivotal 2007 article, plant cell gas showed that lipid molecules called something phosphates are responsible for signaling girth cells to open stomata. Again, the same thing which we have found in critic Stalincine claims. So there is a phrase here, plant cell. What the phrase is representing whom? Biologist Yuri Lee. We know the comes rule. The phrase which is representing the title, okay, the proper noun. And if there is any integrated verb, the integrated verb here is short. That is already given here. We just need to find the option without any type of punctuation mark. So our option is number C. Yes, biologist Yuri Lee. Because no punctuation mark is required after following a phrase, the title, the proper noun, and the integrated verb. Option C is the answer. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.